speaking of which, has anybody had a chance to touch the Street Fighter 6 beta at all?
Yeah, you smoked the shit out of me on it.
Damn, got him.
This is the first. I'm gonna out myself. This is the first legitimate time I've been able to play Street Fighter 6.
Oh wow.
Hey, as long as you're not on the Capcom Pro Tour, and even then,
I don't plan on winning $1 million. So I played the hell out of the crack. I won't lie, but this is the first time actually, touching it and stuff. It's fun. It feels cool that Capcom is making a fighting game that I think is like hard. You know? Like just outright. Like I think
high skill ceiling. Absolutely.
I think this game is going to be extremely like brutal, like really, really, really brutal. And I think, I mean, obviously it's way too early to say this, but I feel like this is going to reward the better player more often, versus the other trends in fighting games we've seen where like things are a lot more volatile, So
yeah,
I'm excited. It feels cool.
Absolutely.
I totally agree with you. I'm super, super excited. Not to mention just because, Capcom's like, here's $1 million, have at it. So you'll have people from like outside and other scenes coming in just to try to get that bag.
Which is why it's so interesting, because it's like, this is the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Like easy, I guess, to get into a Street Fighter, but this is probably like one of like, the hardest modern fighting games that I can think of. Just outright, where like just getting into the game is going to be like so much harder than I would think. Like obviously 5 or like even like Strive and stuff, because there's so many like intricacies, and like playing optimal isn't just about like hitting your B&B. It's about like resource management, which is like something Street Fighter's never really had like that. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, after seeing like all of the trends in modern fighting games for such a long time, it's just really refreshing. Like, oh my god, like this game is hard.
This isn't Guilty Gear Strive at all.
Well, I mean, like, I think that's one of the things that Capcom actually benefits from by being one of the primary like movers and games in the industry, is like they had their simplified game. It was 5. Like the systems were so much simpler. It ended up kind of feeling like a solved game towards the end. And because of that, like, it wasn't like there wasn't a whole lot of room for player expression because there were moves that were just the obvious best choice. It's all about like how you play, how your opponent plays, and like finding the difference in between. And it's absolutely going to lead to some amazing situations. Like I think this is the closest to like 4 we've gotten in a while, where it's just like you can play this game a million ways. And I think the coolest thing about the battle system they designed for this game is it really felt like they looked back at every single game they've made and be like, what's the best stuff we can take and how do we put it into one game going forward? Like there's vibes from Alpha in this, there's vibes from 3 in this, there's vibes from 4 in this, there's even vibes from 5 in this. It's crazy. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and like, not to like, don't get me wrong, like 5 is like obviously at like a high level, it's like a hard game, but it's like the barrier of entry is like so much easier than like this. I think this is like going to be, I think a lot of new people are gonna like struggle with this. Like honestly, I have friends who are like, they're familiar with Street Fighter and stuff, and they're playing the beta, and they're not even touching any of the drive mechanics or anything, because like there's so much to it, like honestly. So that's like, it's cool for me. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Well, as someone who really didn't get a chance to play the crack, I mean, I wouldn't fault anyone for like getting the drive mechanics down this weekend, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of a factor here. Is I think it makes it really tough to practice, especially when you're getting into the beta and you have like maybe, if you're lucky, 5 minutes to practice before someone joins your damn match. It's the only thing.
How'd you get 5 minutes?
I said I don't even know if I did. I'm just saying, like, it is literally the most annoying part of the beta. Is like, oh hey, look, I want to go practice this guile loop. All right, I'm gonna go in, and then I'm like, okay, I think I got that down a little bit. And then it's like, and then I gotta fight somebody. And then, what is it? It doesn't quite start you back sitting down or something. There's like some quality of life stuff that kind of, but it's a beta. I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Hey,
I'm
we
just-
learned from DNF, right? We at least have a training mode. You just can't stay in it long.
Oh
I'm just
boy.
waiting for lobbies where it's just someone's name and I just press A on it and I fight them. I'm not
Yeah.
into the whole like role playing thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
same.
So I know it's very pop. You know, you could still get on like BB Tag and you know people are role playing on there. They're not even playing the game. They're just like ERPing on there.
Oh,
So
no.
that's like a
Oh,
that's like a
Oh.
whole nother like audience. I'm personally not for. I just want to fight people, but I mean it's cute, you know. So
Oh.
Like I don't know about you, but I know that when the game comes out, if it's possible, I'm going to sit in training mode and just wait on ranked matches. I feel bad because they like put all this work into like making a hub and all this stuff. But realistically, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm in the lab, turn on ranked, click, and just like go back to doing what I've been doing with other fighting games for however long.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
care
that-
about my OC. Get
Yeah, I
me
don't
in that
care.
training room.
Oh,
That's
come
kind of like
on.
the dilemma that I have where I all I need in a fighting game to make me happy is literally like training mode and online that works.
yeah.
But I do want to play World Tour just because it's like yeah, this has never been done before. I want to see. So like I'm trying to like think about like how am I gonna like manage my time? Am I just gonna like try to no life World Tour and get it over with? Or
That's what I'm
do I
gonna
just
do.
like or should I like actually try to play the game so like I don't like fall behind, in like a weekend or something?
It's really cool because it's like this is clearly a single player mode that they put time and effort into, which you tend not to get in fighting games, to be honest. Like there's been it used to be a thing back in like 2 console generations ago, but lately everyone's just like, no, all people are gonna play is verse mode. Let's just throw that out there. And it's amazing to see it come back because people want, like, not everyone wants to be in, like, I'm not gonna say a sweaty match, but like every now and then someone just wants to chill and just do some of their own content, and it's so cool that they're thinking in that direction too and giving you that. You know what I mean? Like I remember the days of like Soul Calibur 2 Weapons Master. I remember the days of like the first cinematic MK story mode where like it was like, this is awesome. Like I can play verse mode whenever I want, sure, but I also want to be able to just play the game, do some like cool in lore stuff, and it's so cool that they're like basically giving you almost like an RPG inside a fighting game.
Or like the MK Crypt. The crypt
Yeah.
is also really neat. Just
That's
a bunch
cool
of
too.
like puzzles and stuff you have to solve. I really hope they expand on that in the new one.
Yeah, let's bring back those characters, but not characters like I don't know. Don't bring back MODOK. I don't know. Or so
Those characters.
Yeah.
The crypt? Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, the crypt's fine.
This is absolutely, I think, the type of content that bridges the gap between more casual enjoyers of fighting games, because they don't always want to be fighting someone else. Sometimes they just want to play the game, and
Yeah.
playing against computers is a little boring. You know what I mean? So give them something else to do. Give them a mode that lets them kind of like build and improve their character and do funny things, and people will love that. You know what I mean? I think that was the big boon of
Boom.
all of the Mortal Kombat through the years. They figured it out. I think they wanted to
Did-
do it with.
Did you intend to make
sorry.
that pun?
I didn't even notice. No.
You said the
Oh,
big
wow.
the
Oh,
big
wow,
boon.
Yeah. Listen, my brain is smarter than I am. I've always.
That's okay. We'll just he intended to make that pun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
was,
I've
that was
totally
all
planned.
him.
Yeah.
Something I'm
calculated.
super interested in seeing though is like I'm glad Capcom is smart enough to actually let like your creative character, like you could play your creative character versus like other people's creative characters. So I'm really interested to see how that meta like turns out.
It's gonna
All
be
this
wild.
degenerate stuff
we-
going on.
'cause
Your
we-
zoning grappler.
Because we already know that like how you like design your characters like arm length, and like stuff
Yeah.
like that. That like changes your hitboxes,
Mhm.
So I just can't wait to see like what monstrosity is like. This is like top tier performance.
This
Like you
this
can't
is
get
peak
better than this.
performance.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the ugliest thing you've ever seen.
Just be like the longest arms and legs, like this tiniest body. It
Yeah,
punches across the screen. Oh no.
I would love to
Cronenberg.
see like Capcom do something fun and like on the side of the Capcom Pro Tour or something, like get like pros on the side to like, hey, everyone like make a create a character and here's like a create a character tournament or something.
Oh, that'd
That'd
be
be
dope.
wild.
That'd be real cool.
That'd be friggin' wild.
It would have to be online though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, we've had
Probably.
Tekken majors that are online locally next to each other.
Really?
Yeah,
Lamb
you haven't
body.
seen that? I think it
No.
was in somewhere. I could be completely wrong. I want to say it was in the Middle East or something, and or maybe it was in Korea. But yeah, there was like a major where I don't know what the reasoning was, but you know they were in person together. I think it was like peak COVID or something, and like they had two PS4s and they were like connecting online with each other, and they weren't like playing locally. And this was like an
No.
actual tournament. This wasn't like who cares about this. This
Alright.
was like a real like I don't even think it was a tournament. I think it was an invitational. I think that makes it like worse almost. So
Yeah.
Actually, Tekken's netcode.
You know, they could also, you know, just split an HDMI. I feel like that's a lot less
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
You know,
who knows?
like,
I'm pretty sure like Majin Obama has like a video on like this exact tournament.
that sounds about right.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
You must harness the power of the internet.
It's still, and you know what? People are already doing that at locals to play Street Fighter 6 against each other, like this beta
Oh,
against each other.
cool.
They're already doing this.
Yeah.
Like if you go to like next level in New York, like that's what they're doing. You know, so
They're splitting the. I'm sorry. They have like two PCs or
they
PS5s, whatever.
yeah they have two consoles, and since like you can't play locally on the beta, you know, they're just like they're both sitting at the cabs. They're both online. They're just playing each other right next to each other.